Hydrate power. You're in the dog zone for an hour. Come on. You know the number. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. Yeah, 9,000.
Welcome to the Dog Zone 9000, the official podcast of 1-900-HOT-DOG, America's final comedy website. I'm Robert Brockway, and I'm an epic story about love, revenge, and dinosaurs that takes place in the world of... Nope, sorry, I just got word that I've been canceled. I was so young. I was on issue number 2. I had the whole world in front of me. Luckily, with me is the exciting new Seanbaby, a thrilling tale of cyber Satanism in the city of Darkslin. And Seanbaby has been canceled.
God damn it! Oh, that showed so much promise.
So much promise, so young. And our guest today, I'm getting word, we don't actually have a guest today. Rusty Shackles has been canceled on issue number 0. There has never been, technically there has not been a Rusty Shackles.
He on his way to the idea, he was canceled. Something about vampires? Nope, canceled.
Hi, Rusty. Thanks for joining us again. I can't believe you showed up.
I mean, how can I not come back and talk about Deathrow? It's the sensational character find of 1993.
So yeah, we're talking about the next Deathrow. Before we do that, you've got a game to plug.
Yeah. Hopefully Sean's give me some more money on it, but it's Eras of Wrestling, the mobile game for management simulation of your wrestling, and it's got all these cool little cartoons I drew. People seem to be really enjoying it. Some of the post-launch jitters are past us now. It's been a good time. So it's Eras of Wrestling. If you like having little men in underwear fight on your phone, and that I drew, not somebody else drew. This is the one to pick.
It is legitimately one of like my favorite games to look at, like among all time. Like it makes me so happy scrolling through, seeing all your art. It's perfect.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
Being propped up economically exclusively by Sean at this point.
Exclusively by me. I think the last update they said like your wrestlers like, because at a certain point you play a game like that and you're like, what am I doing? And then like you added an update, so now when you put the wrestlers into the show, they have a chance of like getting better. I'm like, well, that's all my fucking video game brain needed. Keep it going.
Keep it going. Keep the money train rolling. Yeah, I played it. It's great. I love your Macho Man stand-in art. I mean, he's got this little like, what do you call that?
Got the graduation cap.
Yeah, the graduation cap. There's a word for that. I'm supposed to know.
I thought that was a reference to his brother, Lenny Poffo, who was the genius for a while in the WWE. And I don't know, did you verify that, or is that just my...
I think that's the idea, yeah, because so some of these characters were in their existing property called 80s Mania Wrestling Returns.
Right.
And I came in like halfway through that, and I started doing some of the newer characters. So some characters were existing in the game that I had drawn that we just carried over to this one. But that was one of their original characters I have redrawn. But yeah, I would say he's a combo Poffo. He's both Poffo brothers in one, in my opinion. So
Combo Poffo should have been his name. Yeah,
Combo Poffo.
So I've just proved that I've played your game, Rusty. Would you like to prove that you've read my book?
You know what? Actually, just this afternoon, Robert, I was actually telling my wife about your book because she was talking about how she's really behind on reading. She's really disappointed she hasn't read a good book in a while. And I was like, hey, you know who actually has a good book I've heard about? Robert Brockway. Robert, why don't you go ahead and tell people about it if you want to? Right? This is a good spot. I'm setting you up.
Right. You're evading that completely to set me up. First, Sean, would you like to plug something?
Oh yeah, if you listen to this and don't go to our website, that's crazy because our website is much better. We take a lot of time and think about the jokes before we say them. And it's at 1-900hotdog.com, and we're supported entirely by Patreon. Patreon.com/1900hotdog. That's the plug. It's very funny. We have a lot of fantastic writers. We have all the writers left. Anyone who still writes funny articles, they work for us now. We did it.
We collected them all. We got them all. Also, yeah, try out the main site. If you haven't been to the main site in a while, 1900hotdog.com. You support us on patreon.com/1900hotdog. But we don't like them. We don't like Patreon very much.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that out loud. Go to they're the sole method that funds us. Go to the main site we like a lot, and our engineer, our Lockmaster Thomas, just did a really cool revamp on the search archives for podcasts, for articles. I think it's live now, where like if you go to the main site and you're not logged in, it's just every free article we've ever done, so you can just read for free forever, like an old school website with no ads. We've essentially recreated that, and there are, I believe, thousands of free articles at this point, if not, then very close to that.
In the high three figures, at least. So much.
You'll never finish it. So a disaster will befall you personally long before you get through all of our free archives. But if you want more, then you sign in and the rest of them show up. But it's really cool to like refer. If you want to refer somebody now, just tell them go to 1900hotdog.com and they'll just see all the free stuff. There's no like adding a tag or explaining that it's a Patreon. They'll get it. I, of course, am legally obligated to promote my new book. It's called I Will Kill Your Imaginary Friend for $200. It's out now. It's in a store near you, unless it's not. We are selling copies on our 4th print run, and that doesn't even happen. Like, we can't even book time on that until April. So if your store doesn't have copies, tell them to get fucked. They can't have any. No, just tell them to order some. It'll be out eventually.
Things have turned around. We thought you were going to rot in jail, and now you're like, you can't even buy it if you want. Too many people bought my book.
I am still rotting in jail, though. It just turns out it was entirely unnecessary and my own doing, which I'm so used to that. Like, I'm not even really that surprised anymore. But the book is good. The book is good. Like, if you go read the reviews, they'll be like, this is an amazing book about class warfare and predatory media and childhood mental illness. And, like, so many people are like, I wept at the end of it. And I went to prison for not promoting it good enough.
We act all silly on here, but there's a lot of, like, sophisticated depth to your book.
Yeah.
I hope you don't want... I hope it's okay that I tell people that you can find a lot of themes and value in the book.
People really, really enjoy it, which is... it's a shame I went to prison for that. I could have just been saying it was really good the whole time, which is way easier than what I've been doing.
No one would have believed it, though.
Prison's good, though. I like prison.
Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, they give me, there's a library here. They gave me a job. I get a small apartment for free. Like, these are all things you can't find out there, like, paid in the real world, and that you get them for free here. So, like, everything's coming up this guy, let me tell you.
Home is nice here. I live with one of the nation's leading 9-year-olds and a 2-year-old who I think is technically a crap monster. Just a maniac tornado of a baby.
Well, that sounds nice. I live with a murderer, but, you know, like, you gotta, there's bad things about every apartment. Hey, buy my book and support crab monsters. I think this is a plug for crab monsters. It's turned into. Support your local crab monster. Okay, today, I can't believe we're back to talk more about it. We thought we were going to get through the entire series of Death Row in one podcast. We did not. So today we are still talking about Blue Comet Press's comic book Death Row by writer, editor, inker, letterer, artist, maniac Craig Stormon. He ran Blue Comet Press. And as far as I can tell, the only target and original target for Blue Comet Press was the ground. If they're a plane, if this metaphor it's a plane, they never even put wheels on it. They were just like, no, this is going straight into the dirt. So
yeah, this is part 2 of 3, the final issue.
In his own unhinged editorials, Craig Stormon would frequently attack everybody that ever worked for him, including himself. So this was originally announced to be, Death Row was originally announced to be a 3-issue miniseries. He did only get to number 2 before canceling it.
And I'd say that he kind of explored the same ideas more than once in the first issue. This could have been half an issue. And said
as with all of his. But like, the thing is, he would never run out of new ways to tell you about the one idea he had, which is usually an idea somebody else had. He's got some sort of, he's bipolar or something, because he's like, as a writer, as a creator, he's like, I'm going to do this epic thing. We're going to cross over, and there's going to be multiple series that spin off from this. Canceled issue 2. Sometimes canceled, like I was joking earlier with Rusty's intro, sometimes canceled with no issues. I can find no evidence that The Spear, which is another miniseries advertised in this comic book as a continuation of the Deathrow series, The Spear never seems to have existed. I can't find anything that proves that existed. Because again, Deathrow didn't even make it to 3, so like, how are you going to do the spin-off?
I'm kind of surprised that none of them took off, because there is like a relatable, like, there's something about him where you can sort of see like how he has these ideas in his head that did not translate into whatever the fuck he made, but you can kind of see like in his imagination what he was going for in a way that feels like almost aspirational. You're like, he's really going for it. This guy doesn't have much talent. He doesn't know how to make work in the medium he's chosen, but like, yeah, you can, he's trying a little.
A little. You know what? I really like his very first series with Blue Comet, Life Brigade, which did, to be fair, make it to 3 issues, which is, the flagship. I really like that. I found he did the art for that. I found it very clumsy, but very charming. In a way that, like, a lot of his art, as he quote-unquote improved, he didn't do the art for this one, but, like, right. he did improve as an artist eventually, and it just, like, lost a lot of that charm. If he had kept doing, like, stubbornly kept doing Life Brigade, and with that same art style, it absolutely would have been a cult hit after, like...
One of my friends, longtime comic blogging friends, actually had written up Life Force and was talking about the art brute qualities of his art. And I was like, I can actually kind of see that in that particular one. But here, this is just like psychotic scribblings on top of the folder. There's nowhere near that.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't think... I'm flipping through real quick. I don't think he did the art for any of the Deathrow ones. I know in the first issue, which we did last podcast, he would only make it about 10 pages with an artist before I assume he had to fire them and get a new artist, because he's a maniac.
For money.
So there were 3 different artists in not an anthology. It was one continuous story, and every 10 pages the art would completely change for the worse, I will say.
He has this art style that I like, because Rusty, I think every artist goes through this phase. Maybe you didn't. I mean, you're world class. But like, there's this moment where you're like, I'm going to fucking draw the coolest. This is it. This is my best drawing ever, right? And you sit down and you just go so delicately and try to like make it the best like arm you've ever drawn. And the arm's just all fucked up and the wrong size. And then the other arm's completely wrong. And then by the time you're done, you have one of the worst drawings you've ever done because you've like focused it and isolated. And that's how the entire comic was drawn. Like every guy is just wrong in ways that felt so painstakingly deliberate.
It's very valuable to have somebody in your life to tell you that you're not good. Yes. You're not there yet. And like this, yes. I don't know how he got this far. I'm kind of dumbfounded, honestly.
Well, Greg did have that person. It was himself.
That's true. Every now and then during his manic depressive swings, he would tell himself he sucks.
He could only make it tops 3 months without just a complete collapse of confidence. And we can prove that. If you didn't listen to the last episode with issue 1, go do that. It's one podcast. Like, what are you doing? You're not doing anything with your life. But if we have to do a refresher, Deathrow number 1 was about a drug cartel cyborg hitman named X187, and he was created to take out Deathrow, who was also a drug cartel cyborg hitman. One idea twice.
90s names. Just maximum 90s comic book names. Yep. Perfect.
We're not done, because neither of them are our heroes. Our hero, he's barely in this comic. He didn't show up until halfway through the first issue, which there are only 2 issues, so a full quarter of the way through the series. His name is Detective Hank Blood, which is the best 90s name
Yeah, that's
ever.
Pretty good, too. Yeah, Hank really Blood. Strong stuff. this is all getting recapped in the comics. They have a little news lady explaining the first issue. And it's, I think, both quite a lot, but not enough. What I mean is, like, the story is, like you just explained, a bad cyborg fought another bad cyborg, and somewhere in the city is a cop with a cool name and a lady. And in so many ways, I'm explaining it too much. But if you did have any questions, this recap doesn't answer any of them. If anything, it only makes it more clear this is a disaster written by a madman. Like, it's just like a lunatic trying to describe his own work when he hasn't really done anything, I guess. I don't know how to, if I'm explaining it very well. He's like, my brain is 90s comic mush. I put that onto pages, and now I'm looking at those, and I don't know how to fucking tell you what happened.
That exposition first page is also being delivered by our last main character, the sassy female reporter in love with Detective Hank Blood, who has just met him. And at least done tit stuff with him. She took off her bra at the end of the last one. And I just like that during this full, 3/4 page exposition block here, where they remind you of all of the characters and what they've done, he does not introduce the actual reporter speaking. She does not say her name. I was looking through trying to remember, and like, no, she doesn't. She doesn't say who's talking.
I can't know this for sure, but I think her name changed. I think she was a Susan and then an Eve and then back to Susan or something.
Well, you'll have to read on a little bit farther in case somebody says her name out loud by accident, because she does not get it's supposed to start with her. Oh, Rusty stopped recording. Rusty left.
Where's that Rusty?
Where's that Rusty?
Where's that Rusty?
I mean, I wish he'd been recording locally, but I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. At least we can finish this. I'm not even going to ask Jamie to edit around this.
She's not going to want to cut this at all.
This is our technical difficulties song. Throw to infograms. Throw to infograms.
I wonder how much freedom this woman had to, like, rock. Like, is that written down, or did they say, have some fun with this?
I don't think they even wrote down lyrics for her. I think she just got out there and did this. One take.
She might be ad-libbing. Phenomenal gameplay.
I don't think any of these are real games.
Orchestra, hit that shit. I'm gonna check my email and see what Rusty says.
God damn. Powerful stuff.
Oh,
you know what? I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad we got to listen to the rest of that song.
Yeah, in a way, it was a blessing.
You have anything from him?
Nope, nothing in my email.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
The city, so she made herself a plan to get out of the city, find her roots in the jungle where a woman is a woman, man is a man. She went looking for a mate. She didn't find a man, so she found herself an ape.
She's an ape lady.
She's the mistress of the apes. She's an ape lady. When she calls, they congregate. They can hear her voice ringing far and wide. She's the queen of the jungle.
I am monkey's bride. Get a load of this. Get a load of this girl. Wow, made it through an ape lady too. He's really having some trouble.
Man, he's... Okay, I got an email here. What is that? There he goes. Oh, it said he kicked him out with no option to log back on.
He should just use the original invite. It's the same. Tell him to click the same link. I'm going to play my last novelty theme song.
Almost any of almost every town, on every lonely highway you'll ever travel. Americana,
Mom and Pop.
how long there ain't no telling. Living out there selling
Hamburgers for America.
Fuck it, we don't need to talk about this comic. This is the rest of the podcast.
All the greatest
Just
hits.
us singing every fourth line that we remember.
It's their tradition.
It's almost like they're on a mission, selling hamburgers for America.
To save America.
It's in their blood.
Burger Solo. Play that burger.
If you stand real still and listen, you can hear 'em in the kitchen. You can smell the French fries frying, and you can hear the patties sizzling. Sliced tomatoes, cheese and bacon, soda pop and shakes are shaking. And while you're listening and looking, it makes you proud to know that
Break it open.
Hamburgers for America.
I am proud when I know hamburgers are cooking somewhere.
Cooking burgers ain't exotic, but some folks say it's patriotic.
I'm gonna refill my coffee.
Well, I'm gonna stay here like a fucking American.
Hamburgers for America. Hamburgers
For America.
it's in our blood, it's our tradition.
Got that hamburger blood, y'all.
Our mission. Hamburgers, hamburgers, hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
America.
Oh, thank God.
Hamburgers for America.
Hold on. We just gotta finish it.
Do we? Do we have to?
Just hold that thought.
Hamburgers, hamburgers, hamburgers for America.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
Oh.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I have no idea. Everything was fine on my end.
Yeah.
I reloaded it like you had said, so I just restarted my computer real quick. There's been a lot of windstorms in Ohio that were real rough today, but I haven't had any issues yet. So sorry about that.
All right. Do you know where we left off?
I think we were still on the first page talking about.
Oh, God.
To this pod. All right.
I think you're right. We were still on the first page.
So the reporter just got done telling us everything that happened in the first issue, except for her name. Of course, we don't need to know that. And then Deathrow is being chewed out by his mob boss because they need him to stop X187, and he's using classic 90s attitude, telling his mob boss, no problemo.
This is the coolest motherfucker.
That's some shit Bill Paxton would say.
He's got his feet on his desk.
God, he just doesn't care.
I will say too. I think it's the top panel with that scene. That's actually pretty competent. But I'm almost willing to bet that's like a trace from a screen from Die Hard. Or
Oh,
something.
shit. You're probably right.
It's weirdly good. Yeah,
It's real close.
I'm going to look up that matte
I
painting
don't
from
think
Die Hard 2.
If you look at the perspective on the fire engine there, I don't think it's quite a tracing. But certainly, like, they would never think to block it like this if they weren't taking inspiration from. Yeah, you're probably right, Die Hard. It does look like that. And then next page we cut to later that night, and it's Deathrow walking with some hoodlums that he's recruited. And I gotta say this, the single worst arm I have ever seen.
This is what I'm
drawn.
talking about. This is a guy who sat down and said, I'm going to draw the coolest arm. And then he just couldn't fucking bring himself to erase it. And that's...
What are arms, actually? How many shoulders does an arm have?
This drawing must drive you fucking insane, Rusty. Everything's wrong. It's just like worse than Liefeld. Like, people's arms are like 6 inches long in some cases.
Yeah, he's got like the posture of a shrimp too. Like he's kind of like curled over. He looks like when G.I. Joe went extreme in the 90s and they had those real like, monstrous figures. It's really, really off-putting.
And below that, with his own much, much cooler gang, is the X187 hitman, his rival hitman, He has gotten a motorcycle since we last saw him, and so is all of his. He's now part of a motorcycle gang, which I think it's very funny to be a RoboCop and be like, he's also in a motorcycle
One of them
gang.
is traveling by jump. Like behind them, he's on his Harley jumping. Like it's got to be 30 feet in the air.
Yeah, he's just in the air.
That's kind of rad.
One of them seems to be like a Baron Samedi. Like he's got a voodoo guy. He's got like a kiss lady. He recruited a kick-ass gang. I just love that this guy is also he's a Deathlock. He's a reanimated zombie with a head of a Marine turned into a RoboCop drug killer. And then Craig Stormont saw that and like, he needs one more
a couple
thing.
more things. Keep him coming.
He's got to be part of a motorcycle gang.
I love it. Look, the lovingly drawn motorcycle. It's weird that the spots. Yeah, it's probably a trace. That's definitely a trace.
And so then we cut back to the female reporter. Here's her name, Miss Martin.
Well, she's married?
Oh, hold on. Mrs. Martin? Yeah. She's married, I guess. She's Mrs. Martin. Either that or Craig Stormont does not know the difference between them because he has never talked to a woman. So surely she must have gotten married to Detective Hank Blood tonight? Because this is all kind of the next day?
I mean,
They
he
found
took
a
her
late night,
off. By God's law, they must
so you got to get married. And she's the worst reporter ever because some random thug calls her and says, "Meet me at midnight." And she says, "But who? What? Why?" Well, I better go.
This may be my big break I've been looking for.
Yep, she's getting out of the car already in the trap. Like next panel in the trap.
Same word bubble. She says, "Wish I'd found Hank," meaning between panels, we assume she tried to call Hank like, "Hey, Hank, I just got invited to an obvious death trap. At the very least, a death trap. Do you want to come with me and help?" And but no, that all took place off panel, which is very important later because like Hank is really upset with her for not waiting for him.
Yes, Hank is elsewhere. He's on a stakeout of the other gang who are called the Death. Remember, the gangs are the Crypt Men and the Death Bloods, which are Craig Stormont's versions of the Bloods and the Crips in LA, which I think is completely fucking adorable. Like maybe they wouldn't even kill him for this. Like if they found out, I don't even know. I don't even know if they'd kill him for this. They'd just be like, "Oh man, that's like I gotta show my kid brother that. That's really cool." I like it. Yeah. So the reporter gets out of the car and just walks out, and there's just like 6 guys there holding guns waiting for her. They're not even pretending. Like she just continues to walk towards the mob of men with guns. She leans out the window and yells, "Are you the ones that called me?"
Okay, so she's Sue. I thought she was Eve for a few panels in the last issue, but she's the Susan.
She may have been.
I thought she was
It's very
Liz.
possible she was Eve. Also, I like that the cholo in front is wearing a zigzag logo shirt, just to let you know. Because it's like you had to be like kind of like coy with weed stuff back in the day,
Right?
With a little wink, you know.
Well, his headband
cool.
is
He knows
just a
what's
weed symbol.
Yeah,
He's got like a Naruto weed headband.
It's what.
That's the,
He's got a
the
Naruto
nerdiest
weed
shit a person
headband.
could ever wear.
It signifies that he's a master of weed jutsu, of course.
Ladies, if you're listening, could you imagine having sex with a guy who owns a weed Naruto headband? Like the most ludicrous thing anyone has ever said. Completely absurd. If you met a woman at any point in your life with that headband on, you will die without fucking her.
She still doesn't get that it's a trap. They're all just sitting there literally loading their guns for her. And they go, "They're here. There's your story, lady." And then, of course, the rival gang, X187's motorcycle gang, rolls up. I should say rolls. They're all flying.
This is one of my favorite things when someone writing something doesn't give a shit how everyone gets there. Like in Desperado has one of my favorite scenes where everyone just kind of shows up at the same spot without any planning and has a gunfight. That's what's happening here. Like they call one lady to show up, but X187 does not know where they are. He's just like, he shows up because it'd be annoying to explain why.
I mean, I imagine he can find almost anybody on his flying motorcycle gang because they're not jumping.
You're
they're
right.
all
These are
just
flying
flying
motorcycles now.
And also they have lasers.
Yep.
I think they had lasers before, but like everyone. It was special in the first one where like just the cyborgs seemed like they had lasers. Now everybody does. Lasers are flying everywhere. And Detective Hank Blood just gets home from a long shift where he plays the message and realizes that she basically said, "Hey, Hank, heading off to a trap. Bye."
I think he handles it well.
And he very understandably goes, "What? You crazy bitch!" And then we just, literally in the same panel, his car is peeling out at the bottom of the panel in a moment that I kind of liked.
And he is a Ferrari, or I think that's a Ferrari. He's got a $80,000 sports
that
car.
drives a Ferrari. Yeah, he's corrupt.
Yeah, he's a very corrupt
nakedly
detective.
corrupt.
I'm also kind of fascinated by the bottom right thug appears to be firing into a portal. Like, the muzzle flash is...
That's an interesting point, yeah.
Yeah.
The bullet line is... The bullet trajectory is going into the muzzle flash, so it looks like he's firing through a portal, which would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
If there was like another... If he planned that. He didn't plan anything, but...
If he was shooting someone in the back... And they're like, you missed. And then it comes out of the portal and explodes their chest.
I think it just comes out of a portal in like an alternate dimension that has nothing to do with this one and guns somebody down. Like maybe that's how Tupac died in our dimension. What was this, 93? The timeline might work
Craig
out.
Stormont also knows a lot about newscasting. He has the reporter bringing her own camera. So she's her own. She's her own.
Because she doesn't have time to call the cameraman. She's got to get to this trap. The
You're
midnight
right.
trap.
It's like a Panavision one from like 1950 too. Like it is the largest camera. I think that like John Huston used that or something.
It's got actual reels on it.
Yeah,
it's got actual old timey reels like they used in the 30s because that's what he doesn't know what a camera is.
Yeah.
They were using VHS for a very long time at this point.
It is such a Pictionary camera. It's just a rectangle with some circles. It's just like, come on, it's a camera. Someone say fucking camera.
And so Deathrow finally shows up and he yells, "I got a present for you," and just starts shooting at maybe his own guys. It's not clear where he is in relation to this, but he does throw a grenade and blow up certainly some of his own guys at that point.
There's a thing that happens here that's truly insane. He screams, "Plan 9," and then his like bandit girl next to him says, "From outer space." And obviously, nothing of substance has to be screamed here. They could just be screaming, "Yeah, fucking here we come." I think they chose one of the few random things that don't mean anything under any circumstances.
Yeah, that's X187, the Deathlock on his motorcycle, and he's just kind of sitting there. A grenade goes off more towards Deathrow's side, who has thrown it, and then he peels out and screams "Plan 9," and his Kiss Bandit screams "From outer space," and then he says "Perfect."
Okay, Rusty, you think you can explain this?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe she's actually wearing like an Angora sweater because that would be like a little nod to Ed Wood.
Like an Ed Wood thing, right?
Yeah, that's the only possible thing I could make sense of this.
But why?
But why reference it? I was like, this must be a 90s song that was popular. And no, it's not. They're just referencing the 50s movie, the famously terrible 50s movie. I don't get it in so many ways.
But he thinks that was perfect. He says perfect. She got my reference.
What?
She's my best friend.
Oh, yeah, maybe this is like a Ready Player One thing where he's making references.
There it is.
Female character's like, yes, I recognize your reference. In fact, you're great for making that reference. He's like, yeah, she's a perfect babe. She knows pop culture.
It's such a shame. I don't think Craig Stormont lived to see Ready Player One. It would have been his favorite anything.
Yeah, he would have loved that. He would probably be searching for, where's the Blue Comet references? I know this is going to show up any second.
Just scanning the background. It's got to be an Easter egg. Well, Plan 9 from outer space. That's a reference to me. The time I referenced it.
So fucking weird. It makes me feel like a grandma reading this. Like I am on a different planet than this fucking guy.
So after that, X187 grabs Sue Martin, I think we've determined her name is this issue. And she screams, "No, Hank, help!" Hank, who is, I don't believe, here yet. So,
hold on, let me check. No, you're right. He hasn't shown up yet.
Nope, he has not shown up yet. So she screams, "Help, Hank!" to the night sky, I guess, and X187 throws her on his motorcycle and zooms away. And then the next page is a two-page splash where Detective Hank Blood is now in his flying Ferrari. It just leaps into the air.
Yep.
And they actually show us like the whole street scene, so you can be absolutely sure he did not jump off of anything.
Didn't hit a ramp.
Nope, there's nothing
his car
there.
just shoots into the sky. This is, I don't know, this is the kind of don't give a fuck thing that I like. Like, this is so divorced from, like, sense, and he just wanted the car to jump, so fuck it, the car jumps.
Yeah.
It's the way an awesome kid might write a story.
I love this whole splash page because Hank is in his just flying Ferrari on here. The killer cyborg drug cartel hitman on an anatomically incorrect motorcycle is tearing ass. There's a police helicopter has now arrived and is also shooting at the drug cyborg. And then there's just there's a graffiti.
They do not care that he's holding this woman hostage. They are opening fire.
No, just everybody's opening fire. We can see specifically that I guess Detective Hank Blood's hand laser does not have the range to cross out of page 1 onto the page 2 splash. He forgot to draw that in the second page.
This Deathlock is also immune to bullets. There a few of them are clearly hitting him, and just he doesn't seem to care.
It kind of rules though. I love the 2-page splash there.
Rules hard. Yeah.
Now, so you see all of this and you're like, fuck yeah, nobody thought this through at all. And then you turn the page and you realize Detective Hank Blood's jumping Ferrari is headed straight for a gas station. And his next line is, "You bastards aren't going to get away. Uh-oh."
Okay, there's a character down here saying, "Holy shit," and then in a very, very, very tiny font, as if he didn't have a ton of confidence in this joke, it just said, "Whitey crazy." And it's tinier than you could ever imagine. It's like if he could write it smaller, he would have.
I couldn't even read that. I'm glad you made that out. That's nice of you to call what he drew there a character.
Yeah, it's
definitely, it's like...
there's a lot of racism here, sure.
It's like something a British grandmother would collect, and you'd be like, oh, you can't have those anymore. And she'd be...
Yeah. But okay, it's like reality hit him in the brain, because he's like, okay, this guy jumps, his car can just jump when he wants, and then he's like, wait a second, it's got to come down somewhere, right? Okay, so it just fucking explodes when it hits the ground.
He doesn't do anything cool to save it. He crashes straight into the gas pumps and blows himself and the car up.
You can't just land a Ferrari flat after a 3-block jump.
No, you have to explode afterwards. And then we get a little like dream sequence of like, I guess what life could have been like with Sue if he hadn't just jumped his dipshit car into a gas station. So like they fall in love in his mind, and then he wakes up in the hospital covered in bandages and burns with them saying, "Detective Blood, how do you feel?"
Yeah, he's in a full body cast. He's in like traction.
Yeah,
like his body has been shattered and burned.
I love that it was for nothing.
I kind of love how, like, when he wakes up, he screams Sue, but the way it reads, because it's Suuuee, it reads like he's screaming Suey? Like he's calling for a pig?
Yeah, he's calling for his pig.
The pig that he lived a whole life with.
If they introduced, like, an attack detective pig here, I wouldn't have cared. I would have been like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Hank Blood's got a combat pig.
You know, it would have been flying through the sky, jumping off of nothing, and then hitting a gas station and also exploding. I genuinely love that as a comedy, but not even as like incompetence. I mean, I love it. That he's like, this fucking Ferrari.
He didn't shoot anybody. The jump did no good to anybody. He didn't avoid anything.
It was the most incompetent thing he could have possibly done. It was actually an example of a guy being like, this is going to be fucking awesome. Oh no. And then exploding. And ruining. He's out of the chase. He lost her. He fucked it all up.
Yeah. Presumably for days. Like, just applying these bandages alone is hours and hours and hours of work. Like, it is a week later. They don't tell us how later it is, but it is very later.
And she has been taken prisoner, obviously, by X-187, and he's brought her to the Mafia guys' torture basement. Mm-hmm. And she still knows that Hank is going to come save her, and they're laughing at that. Ha ha. They get in a limo and leave, and they leave her with the I want to say resident like a hospital might have a resident doctor. This is their resident torture rapist. His name is Johnny.
I guess it's just for Rusty. I think this is an Alan Davis trace here on this page.
I could kind of feel that. Yeah.
The art is really like early in this person's development as an artist. Like they are trying things before our eyes.
The thing that caught me too was like also he refers to her as Miss Martain now. Martain.
Right.
Different
I wasn't sure if
name.
that was supposed to be an accent. Yeah, it was. I flipped back real quick. He did say Martin at first. Okay. Then it says Martain.
And she got that divorce.
So that's right.
She's back to being a Ms. It has been a week. I would divorce him after he jumped his Ferrari into a gas station and exploded instead of saving me. That relationship's done.
I love what she says to them. I saw Hank. He's not dead. He can't be. And he's going to stop all of you. Just wait, sob. She saw him fucking explode in a convenience store.
But she knows that's not the end of him. I just want to point something out real quick. When I say torture dungeon, there's like a Far Side style skeleton still chained to the wall, which is a really goofy thing to have in this modern day 1990s gritty like cartel basement instead of whatever torture you're thinking of. It's the old school like Viking torture. It's the Hagar the Horrible dungeon.
Yeah, absolutely. Hagar the Horrible. Okay. Been here a while, she says to the skeleton.
Back in the hospital, Detective Hank Blood, of course, has just woken up, still covered in bandages. He's pulling on all of his clothes and he's leaving despite the nurse telling him he has to get back into bed.
Yeah, his bones are spiral fractures in every limb. 100%.
Yeah, they had
no
him in
skin
traction.
on his body. Yeah.
They had him in full supported traction, which they don't do if you can get up and put your pants on. But he does. He runs out and he steals a cop car from some other cops.
Right. He says borrowing in quotes. I do feel like you could have the paperwork done if you were a detective to borrow somebody else's patrol car. I just don't think it would be instantaneous. So he's stealing the car, I guess.
And then the next page, we throw back to the torture dungeon. And I am pretty certain here, maybe it says at some point in the comic, but they have switched artists.
Yeah.
Right, they had to have. This doesn't look anything
Absolutely new artist.
Absolutely new artist.
Could have been Stormont didn't pay him, or it could have been that first artist says, dude, I'm not drawing this page.
This next one appears to be drawing with their feet as well.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that there's a skill gap, but this is a very odd time to say there actually is a very clear skill gap.
Daniel Day-Lewis painted this with his left foot.
And he deserves that goddamn Oscar for it.
I disagree. I think this cost him the Oscar.
You're right. As soon as I said it, I was like, no, I would tell that brave man and his noble story. Absolutely not.
What an inspirational story. What did you paint? And then you see this, you're like, oh no.
Okay.
I'm going to cut your fucking foot off.
One of the consequences of changing an artist totally unannounced in the middle of a story is that nobody looks even remotely the same. So you have to relearn, in a visual medium, who the fuck are these people? Does not look the same. Big skill gap. Because, you don't fire the other artist 10 pages into your comic and then get a better one. That doesn't... Yeah. That's not how that works.
And we started real bad.
We started with the worst arm I've ever seen drawn. I think we'll probably beat that before the end of this comic. And so the resident rapist, Johnny, is saying, all right, babe, take off your clothes, which is kind of weirdly polite for a dungeon rapist.
Yeah. It also implies that they kept her there for a week, and it finally occurred to him, oh, dude, we should do some sex crime stuff in our sex crime dungeon. I don't know. I don't know the timeline, but
he's trying it out. So back to Hank Blood. He has found a member of the Death Bloods. He immediately gets out of his car and punches him in his one big arm. He seems like he's mostly arm. This guy is kind of I guess it's the opposite of the my left foot situation. It's like my right arm and my whole body is arm.
Yeah, that's it. Less inspirational movie. Fun. I mean, I'd watch it. I just think that's a comedy and not an Oscar bait drama.
And apparently he got all the information he needs. So he jumps on the radio and tells them that Sue Martin is being held in a quote marks crack house. in the basement of a crack house.
It's Sue Martian now. It's also.
Oh, you're right. It is Sue Martian.
Sue Martian.
Oh my god.
Sue Martin, Sue Martin, Sue Martian. Could it be Martian? I'm not looking up the last page. Yeah, Sue Martian.
The best.
The basement of a crack house. This is the top panel. This is the top left panel on the page. And then the next panel is him saying, is the radio saying, "We read you, we'll be there." And he peels out. And then and then the next panel we see of his car after he peels out saying she's in the basement of a crack house is him smashing through the giant floor-to-ceiling window of what looks like a beauty supply store.
Yeah.
It's got a
department store,
Revlon
maybe,
poster on the wall.
Yeah, it's got some mannequins.
He's
and
knocking
Revlon.
over a mannequin.
He's just driving into the mall.
This is the crack house. It's the beauty supply store.
I wouldn't mind skipping the next panel. Good God. Darkness it would take to write this and draw this.
Like, I kind of feel like reading a chick tract to cheer myself up at this point. You know?
Yes. It's one of the worst things.
Well, I don't know. I think okay, so Johnny, the resident rapist, is there, and he's saying, "You love it." And he appears to have beaten the hell out of an alternate version of himself.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be Sue Martian.
Oh,
But,
okay. I thought it was like an alternate universe him, but where he's turning into a werewolf, like a little bit.
Right. And he's saying, "You love it. Teen Wolf me."
I don't know how you figured out that was supposed to be Sue Martian.
Well, they're the only two characters in the sex dungeon
That's
besides
half
the
wolf.
skeleton.
That creature is half wolf. I don't know.
Definitely half wolf. I think he didn't know how to draw. Just got beaten up. But yeah, it's awful. It's the idea, the execution, all of it. It shouldn't have happened.
And the next panel is Hank Blood saying, "Down that door." Not a sentence, and he's not saying it to anybody.
Not a sentence.
He kicks open the door and says, "You piece of shit," and just shoots the hell out of Johnny, whose final words are "gack splat." He says it's in a speech bubble.
Yes,
he says just like in the first issue, X187 said grunt grunt. Resident rapist Johnny said "gack splat."
He speaks in Nickelodeon products, I think.
And then he finds Sue, and I think she's just supposed to be beaten up here, but he accidentally drew her with like two faces, like two sides of a face separated by a gulf.
She is like a banshee or something. She's like the ghost of Sue Martian.
I'm telling you, this is if he's tracing, this is from The Howling. He has traced this from The Howling. This is mid-transformation, scene 3 in the werewolf sequence.
Yeah. Or part 3 of an Animorph.
Like look
a
at her
beaver
fingers.
Animorph.
Her fingers have evolved into claws. She doesn't have nails.
Yeah.
She has full flesh fingers.
Yeah, dude, she's a fucking monster. But she has got a big heart because he took a bullet coming in, and she says, Hank, are you okay?" And she has just been like beaten to within an inch of her life. So that's how much she cares about Hank. LA's best detective.
If he had a silver bullet, he'd put her down right there.
Yeah, if you see this, you'd kill it. Anyone.
Absolutely. I would see it and understand that I don't have the equipment to kill it, and I would retreat and come back later.
You still
'cause I'm not
gotta
a fool.
try. You don't want to like not shoot it. Like when you're telling the story later and your friends are like, "So what'd you do?" And you're like, "I left." You're like, "You didn't even try to shoot it?" Like you don't want to be.
I don't have the bullets to kill a Sue Martian.
Next panel is just them hanging out silently. That's weird. That's really weird to just draw a very, very dark panel of them hanging out silently, just enjoying all their injuries.
Enjoying the death of the rapist, I guess. Just reflecting on their decisions.
He had some profound last words, to be fair.
Gack splat.
Yeah, split.
Gack splat. Back at the police station, they're patching up Detective Hank Blood and Sue Martian. And you will notice something about this page in that I would say about 16% of it is just cut off. Like the word bubbles clearly continue on off the side of the page.
It's a good point. I think the thing that stuck out to me is some detective is saying X187. You know, X187 means murder 1. Like a 212 is a robbery. Boy, he's ugly. Like, this is LA's best detective. That's pretty much all we know about him and his jumping car. I think he knows.
It's kind of like the scene in The Dark Knight where they have to explain the RICO statutes out loud
Right.
to a lawyer.
Well,
Right. It'd be like, but this is so much dumber. It'd be like meeting Batman and saying, Batman, when you fight the guy, close your fingers around themselves. It's called a fist, and use that to bash into them in a move called a punch.
And the doctor is saying to Hank Blood as he patches him up, you should have waited for quote unquote backup. I guess it wasn't really going to be backup.
Yeah.
And Hank Blood is saying wait, but the measurement weight. Broke and then the words are off the page and wagon down. I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
It is madness. This whole fucking thing. And he's so proud of 187. He's explaining to the reader what that means and then forgot to make sense out of the rest of the English.
Weight broke the wagon down. Like, maybe I want to be generous and say whatever occurred off page makes this make sense somehow, but I don't
There's no
understand
combination of words that makes this make sense. Down that door. This is the writer of Down That Door.
You're right. And Sue Martian. I just want to reiterate that, like, this was because I scanned this and sent this to you guys, and so the formatting errors, which we'll get more and more from this point on, that's not my scan job. I'm reading this from the physical comic as we go through it. That's how it is in the physical comic. Also, I want to point out that this one, just like the first comic, I actually did not realize it came with a collectible card because he had made it out of some kind of weird squishy paper that had like partially absorbed the card. I've never felt a comic quite like that before. And it's the same with this one, but different. This whole comic is made out of like what feels like really shitty cardstock. Except for the cover, which is made out of much flimsier paper, so you'd figure it would go the other way.
He probably just fucked it up. He probably just clicked the wrong box at Kinko's.
He ordered comic book paper for the cover and then like really cheap cover paper for the pages.
I am proud of the fact, though, he actually did put the price on the front of the cover this time.
Oh, you're right.
Instead of the rear.
He put it on the back.
He's growing.
He's learning.
Right.
Fucking hell. Weight broke the wagon down. You blew
Everybody's
up
going to be saying that.
In a hospital and then just took a bullet. You're definitely having some sort of stroke when you say shit like that.
It's probably a line from Plan 9 from Outer Space. This is all just we just missed it.
And so we're back at the Bloods, the Death Bloods hideout, and I think that's supposed to be X-187 there watching them get in the cop car.
He recognizes Colossus legs and Harley.
And he's like idling his Harley, and there's a big sign that says Little Company of the Madonna, and I don't know what that could possibly mean. Like I thought it might be like he's trying to do a Catholic name for a hospital, but he's also told us that they were at the police examination room. That's the first panel. Then here in this text bubble, they say this is the Bloods hideout, and then the next panel says Little Company of the Madonna, like it's a hospital.
Oh, it's a Worldwide Roman Catholic Congregation of Nursing Sisters.
Okay.
I just looked it up.
So where the fuck are they?
I guess he's outside a nun hospital.
That's also the Death Blood hideout, and they are so bold they hide out in the police examination room?
I guess. I think it's just a standard set piece. Like, in a video game, you get an ice level and a lava level and a nun hospital level. It's just boilerplate shit.
And at the very end, I'm presuming the guards outside of their room, the police guarding the room, one of the guards says, "Well, John, Detective Blood and Sue Martian are all tucked in safe and cozy." So he's sticking with Sue Martian.
Sue Martian, yep.
He now thinks genuinely it's Sue Martian.
It's the best version of all the options.
So I guess they're in the hospital now, because now he's in a hospital gown, and Deathrow comes exploding in through the wall. He's the British one with the mohawk. And the guarding cop outside runs in through the door long enough to say, "Free Ziarg," as he dies.
The other one only says O, the letter O, because the rest of the word bubble is cut off.
The rest of the page is cut off on the other side. We've flipped a page, so it was cut off on both sides. I don't know how they fucking did that.
I think the Kinko's manager was telling him he had to hurry up because other people needed to use the machine.
But think about like where the placement is on the last page, because these are two sides to the one page, and it was the outer edge that was cut off, and then you flip, and the inner edge of this one is cut off. And like, you can't do both.
He's
what happened?
Failing on a different level, man. He is so high above the rim.
So Sue Martian has just apparently half a face now. The draws are wildly different each time. And same with fucking Deathrow. I don't know what
Yeah.
this face is. It's
I don't
like
know
half
what's going
moose.
on here.
It's kind of a bullwinkle. He's drawn Deathrow with. And they take Sue Martian captive and knock out Detective Hank Blood and leap into their jet cycles, because I guess everybody has jet cycles now.
Yeah, I would say this is when it went off the rails. Like, already it was crazy, but it kind of took place in a world you could understand. But now they have jet cycles.
Yes.
And not just one guy has jet cycles. Like, this is a world of jet cycles. Like,
Everybody.
if you started the comic here, this is a toy line for jet cycles.
He just came. They've never shown up before. I want to say specifically, we've seen police helicopters every single time they've needed like air support. They've shown up multiple times and played like pivotal roles in the comic. And also, he had a motorcycle gang, and those motorcycles could fly. We have canonically established they're flying
was
motorcycles.
Part where he had to like take his van up to the top of a parking structure to like jump it off to grab hold of it. It was on 2 pages to set up how like flying in this world is kind of a big deal. Like,
Yes.
But here it's just like everyone gets their little.
Yep. Now everyone
Rocket
has jet cycles, and now the next page is also. You guys, you're reading it from a scan that I gave you, so this is going to be lost on you. But I will explain. This next page is another big 2-page splash. It is not a 2-page splash in the comic. It is the front and back of a single page.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, God. I love that so much. That's what I'm saying. It's the kind of failure you're like, well, no one would do that.
No one would ever think to. How did you do that? But yeah, it's a 2-page splash. So like there's part of an explosion off to the right-hand side, and then you have to turn the page over to see the rest of the explosion and the rest of the scene.
He never misses an opportunity to fuck it up.
In a brand new direction.
They were very proud of this, though. There's 2 signatures on that page, though. They were very proud of this.
Yeah,
this is their like, yeah, this is my moment.
Oh my God, there
This
are.
is the poster.
I mean, to be fair, they did not know he was going to do this.
He might have seen this and said, okay, fine, I'm going to add some jet cycles. Because they do kind of all come out of nowhere. Also, there's lots more than just the 2 cyborgs now. Like, a lot of these dudes are clearly cyborgs.
Yes, everybody's a cyborg. There are jet cycles everywhere. They have whole multiple teams of jet cycles. They're all having a jet cycle war. The hospital is long forgotten. They're battling. I think it's both Deathrow and X-187 now have jet cycle gangs that are fighting each other as they zip through the city. And for some reason, they have decided they really need Sue Martian. They don't explain why they need. She doesn't like.
No,
it's not that she's a witness.
She's like 2/3 of a reporter. Like, most of her has been carved off by the knife murderer. There's no benefit to having her.
She has never had a role in this comic book. She's not like breaking the big story on him. She's not like a witness to anything. She doesn't have the secret to X-187's gold. Like,
I don't think that anyone needs help breaking the story either. They are 25 jet cycles having a dogfight in the middle of the city. Like, yeah, it's going to get covered by multiple outlets, I think.
So now they're having this dogfight through the city, and she's once again screaming for Detective Hank Blood to save her from the jet cycle gang as he stands there in his hospital gown. And he apparently does. He leaps out of a window. Remember, like, they have flown away from the hospital. We last saw him in the hospital room in his hospital gown, connected to an IV with like the stand that he has to carry around. Now we are, I want to assume, 20 blocks away by jet cycle speed, and he leaps out of an unrelated skyscraper window, fully clothed.
Craig doesn't care, man.
And takes out one of the jet skis.
In one of his comics, he had the super speed guy like reassemble the broken glass like by hand.
And it became whole again.
I just don't think he understands how windows work.
Or space and time.
Yeah, definitely.
So now Hank Blood is also in the jet motorcycle jet plane fight. He's so bad at like space and time. I'm not sure what the maneuvers are or how cool it's supposed to be.
I tried to explain this last time we talked to him. This is him picturing an awesome scene in a movie when Indiana Jones drives his little boat between the 2 ships. This is him trying to put that in a comic and having no idea how to do that.
Oh, okay. I get it. I sort of see it now.
Yeah. Well, he sees it or saw it. And then after it didn't turn out in the comic book, he's like, fuck it, print it anyway. Hopefully backwards and upside down.
Somehow, somewhere in this maneuver, Sue Martian is thrown off of X-187's motorcycle, even though he's not involved in this.
Right.
She's thrown off. I think he maybe thought that she was with Deathrow or something, because it's Deathrow that's doing this maneuver. He flies out the other side saying,
Correct.
yeah, I'm alive, but he had to ditch Sue Martian, but he never had a hold of her. That was X-187 who had kidnapped her. So she's plummeting to her death. Hank Blood is screaming, Sue, no! And he zips down and catches her at the last minute and saves them. And
Because he has his own rocket cycle now, because he jumped
Yeah.
out and commandeered one.
yeah, everybody has a rocket cycle. Like, that's just...
Yeah.
That's all of the toys now come with a rocket cycle. That's not...
They're like e-bikes. They're like e-bikes in the city. You just rent them. Yeah.
Like, that's like, I don't know. It's like the Sky Dancers or whatever, not coming with the little zip cord to pull it. No, everybody comes with the Sky Rocket Cycle now. Like, that's not their accessory. That's part of the toy line. Deathrow is screaming, go get them! And then the rocket cycles, and I should point out that the rocket cycles are completely different in every panel they're drawn. Not just like they're drawn badly, but like the design is 100% different. They're little
100% different.
They're little planes now. They're just jet planes, but like chibi style K-car jet planes in this panel.
They're like Metal Slug kind of vehicles.
Yeah, very metal.
They're
Slug.
kind of cute.
But just last panel, it was kind of a one big engine rocket like boat, and then the panel before that, it was like a manta ray thing that you kind of stand on, and the panel before that, it was clearly it's supposed to be the SR-71 Blackbird.
Yeah.
It's a different thing every single time, and it's one of my favorite gags that I'm sure he did not know was a gag.
Deathrow here says, you son of a bitch, you're dead-assed. Not the correct part of your, but also who cares, because dead-assed isn't a thing.
You're dead-assed. And that's Deathrow. He's shooting back.
What?
You're dead-assed. Nothing. I'm done talking. And he's fighting X-187 now, even though they were all supposed to be fighting Detective Blood. So they're dogfighting now. He calls him a tin monster, and the other one calls him a freak, although they're both tin monsters and both freaks.
Yeah, no question. Like, empty insults.
And if anything, they should be reversed, because it's X-187, the Marine's head on a reanimated zombie body turned into a cyborg, that's calling just the cyborg a freak, and it's the guy that's just a cyborg calling what is mostly a zombie a tin monster. So, like, didn't even get that.
Yeah, I agree. It's better the other way. It's definitely wrong, but I feel like you could call either one of these guys either one of those things.
That's true.
And be very
you're
correct.
Right. It's technically correct, but it would be more
We're both correct, is my point. Everyone's correct except Craig Stormon is my point.
So it says Hank does a loop getting behind Deathrow and X-187 in his rocket sled. It comes up behind them and says, it's payback time, and then fires a bunch of rockets at them, which blows up, I don't know, everything. I just want to note that now his rocket cycle, which was like a chibi rocket plane last time, is now some sort of submarine. It looks like it's a submersible of some kind.
And he has destroyed a city block. Like, none of these rockets are hitting the bad guy. They're just flying into this building.
I should point out, God, I love Detective Hank Blood so much. I should point out it shows one of the like shrapnel pieces hitting Sue Martin in the head, straight in the head.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
Doesn't hit any of the bad guys. It just hits Sue Martin in the head. He's
so good.
He's the only person who was successfully attacked, both himself and Sue Martin, as Detective Hank Blood. And
this is really his Gwen Stacy moment.
Yeah, he drops her. It hits her in the head, and he drops her. So,
Rusty, you should probably explain the rest of this page. There's so much happening here.
So it appears that she's falling, and he reaches down to catch her, but then he's in some glass, and they're making out.
Right, with her like dead body. His rocket cycle's gone, so they're in a free fall.
Yeah, and then the next page is like, oh no, she's a corpse. I guess. It's horrifying, whatever's going on.
I think that they fell and she took the brunt of the fall. So she's like in a sack. They wake him up and say, here's your girl, here's Sue Martian. She is like a chunk of wet bones in this bag.
And that's really like you turn the page and it's the last you see is them making out in a shard of glass as though it's in his dream again. And then he gets up and goes, wow, glad we made it out of that one. But in that panel, you can see her mangled face next to him.
In a body bag already.
In a body bag already.
So he whacked out and did not know that he was unconscious. Time enough for them to, I guess, document the entire crime scene and then put her in a body bag. So hours. He's been asleep for hours at least.
The paramedic sees that he's upset and says, take it easy, dude. It's over. You're going to have to pick up and keep living. That's all.
They still haven't finished tipping her up.
No,
and like,
her
dude,
mangled
you'll meet
face is
somebody,
hanging-
pal. Come on.
Hanging out of the body bag. And he's like, you got to go on living, my man. She'd want that.
And then they do one of those, like, stare into the sky and scream no things. But again, he doesn't know how to translate that moment from a movie into a comic book. So there's 4 panels of him screaming no into the night.
And then one panel of him, like, have his scream having ended and everybody's standing around not knowing what to do now that a man just did that. They're all just in silence looking at him in the 4th panel.
Yeah, like, why show that? Why show the awkward aftermath of that? Such a strange choice.
Months, weeks, days later, who knows? He's at Sue Martian's gravestone, and he says, I'll get Roe and X-17. I don't think we've been calling him Roe. I think he just ran out of room in that speech bubble. And he says, they're dead. I swear they're dead, and walks away from her grave. And then a knife gets stuck in the grave, and it's Deathrow, and he looks to the sky and laughs. You weren't the one that wanted, like, for no reason X-187 wanted the reporter. I don't know that you've 100% met that reporter. Nobody cares. Nobody has a reason to hate her.
No one knows.
They just
Deathrow was remarkably petty. That's all I gathered from it.
They just wanted her, just fucking hated her vibe. Was just like what this whole comic was about, and that's it. That's the end of Deathrow the series.
That's the end. They hated her weather reports. She always said it was raining, and for that she must die. And even after she died, it's like they're not going to taunt her remains every day.
Like, you did not exchange words with her. You're not the one that kidnapped her. Nobody has, like, any relationship, but I think she was the bad guy of this comic.
But it's so great how it is an ending. Kind of like nobody won, but there's definitely like a dramatic ending. 2 people screamed into the sky. That's a dramatic ending.
The only people who hurt the protagonists were Hank Blood. Hank Blood hurt himself and then killed Sue, and nobody else had anything to do with that.
He could have left. Instead, he shot every rocket into a skyscraper and killed her with a shard of glass, dropped her out of his own sky bike,
and then landed on her
against
body.
the sidewalk, and then landed on her body, and then said, "Boy, oh boy, glad we're okay." Wait a second.
He's my favorite protagonist that has ever been.
The best. The only thing he did is he jumped his car into that gunfight and exploded without hitting anybody. He just shows up and makes shit worse.
He's the fucking Mr. Bean of this comic. I love it.
I do wish there was another issue of this. I think.
Yeah, you were on to something with this. I would read 1 million issues of Detective Hank Blood, incompetent space cop.
Action Mr. Bean. It's such a great idea.
There's more ads for the Devil's Workshop, which I've talked about on the site, which stars a team a team of all sexy ladies that Craig Stormont called the Devil's Cupcakes, although they hate that name.
Even the women he makes up hate him.
Yeah, they hate the name that he gave them. And I just want to reiterate once more how shockingly terrible the print quality, and like these ads themselves are cut off. They're cut off at the edges, so they couldn't even get the ads right. It's made out of this weird cardstock, and at the very, very end, just before the list of the back issues on the back cover, there's a page that says returning soon, Heroes, a different line of comic books, from Blackbird Comics, and then in giant black lettering at the bottom, Comic Sans, of course, it says publishers. If you liked the quality of this book, write Blackbird for info on printing rates. Runs as low as 500. Check it out. The most incompetent job I've ever seen in an actual comic book, even amongst Blue Comet comics. This issue is worse than all the rest of them, and it ends with an ad for if you loved the quality of this, the worst book you've ever seen, we have super low rates. It's just the audacity of that is stunning, but also I didn't know they did that. It's like getting a 10% discount on like a shoddy roof job because you put the sign in your yard.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to actually ask too. If you go back one page, there's an ad for Blue Comet Press, Outlaw Comics. It looks like it was made with like a label maker. I was curious if that was if there was actually something in on the scan, because it literally looks like somebody was like labeling like these are mom snacks. That same kind of like.
That's actually part of the ad. No, it looks like that on mine too. It looks like he definitely, I guess, made it put a label maker on, and then scanned it.
Fucking crazy.
And then on the next page, wrote if you love this, if you love the quality of this label maker comic book, we work for cheap. That's it. He did say he was going to continue the story of Death Row in The Spear, which is going to be a 3-issue series. That never happened. Canceled after the ad came out, but before even in issue 0, which is a new record for him.
Yeah. Great job, Craig.
And I do think Death Row appears one more in another comic I just bought called Outlaw Overdrive. It seems like it's an anthology of 3 10-page stories that he promised was going to be their longest running series ever. There is only the 1 issue of that.
Damn. See, I've talked about Death Row for, what is it, like 11 hours now. I read both the comics he's appeared in. I don't think I know what he does. I know he has some guns, but I don't. If you said how strong is he, how high can he jump, I have no fucking idea. I don't know. He's kind of got an inhaler. I don't know why.
What does his rocket sled look like?
8 different things.
I couldn't fucking tell you. I couldn't tell you.
But I don't know if that's a mistake or if it changes shape.
I know he likes crack and he hates reporters. Those are 2 things I can do.
Okay. Yeah, so we got some personality traits. Yeah.
That's enough. I would read 1 million issues of Detective Hank Blood, though. Like, thank God he came out of this.
100%. I love Hank Blood.
I do want to point out that when I bought the last appearance of Death Row in Outlaw Overdrive, was on sale for $4. And I decided to buy the cheaper copy for $3 because it was signed by Craig Stormont.
You go to Comic-Con, you're like, Craig, will you sign my comic? He's like, if I do, it'll go down in value.
Yep.
So I need to give you $1.
He would have to pay you $1 to take his signature.
Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Unser Podcast genau. Und mit maximalen Schau. Sag Frankfurt Podcast. Korrekt. Ja. Der Kraft ist nicht ohne. Schick die in die Hundesau. Für eine Stunde. Komm schon. Du kennst die Nummer. Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt. Ja, 9000